Hi, I am Josh, and I am from Dread Central.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, how's it going? Congrats on the black phone.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Were you a fan of Joe Hill before this experience?
Yes, we developed another Joe Hill script. I won't remember the name of it or the name of the short story, but it was a short story. It was a script based on one of his either short stories or a novel. We got close. It was about a fanboy. We got close. We didn't make it, but I'm glad we got this one made.
Awesome. Uh, do you believe in ghosts?
I kind of go back and forth. Usually I don't, but every so often in a weak moment, I think maybe they exist.
And what about psychics?
Uh, I don't really believe in psychics now.
I guess to follow both of those up, have you ever had a supernatural experience of any kind?
I did have one, which is why on a weak moment I believe in ghosts. I had one supernatural experience,
Okay, I have to
which
know more.
is which is I lived in my late 20s in a storefront apartment on Crosby Street. So it was like a shoe store, it would be a shoe store. It was a first floor with the window on the street, and then there was a trap door with a storeroom in the basement, and there were three of us living in it, one in the front, one in the back, and me in the basement. It was $350 a piece, by the way, so $1,000 a month. So it's amazing to live in Manhattan. And I lived in the basement. There were no windows or anything there. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw a figure standing at the end of my bed holding like a child, but I don't know if it was a child. It wasn't really moving, but it was like kind of holding another figure that was
Okay.
small. And it looked, he or she, I think it was a he, looked at me and I looked at it. And what can I tell you? It didn't feel like a dream. It didn't, obviously you think you're dreaming, but I mean, I never had this experience before or after, and I've had 500 million dreams, and it felt like I really saw a ghost. And it wasn't a nice ghost, but it also wasn't a mean ghost. It was just kind of a neutral feeling, and I can't explain it by any other. I can't explain how that happened.
That's scary. And on that note, uh, what's the movie that traumatized you the most growing
Friday
up?
the 13th, definitely Friday the 13th. It
Why?
wasn't because of the movie. It was because of, I just saw the movie. It was like the first R-rated horror movie I saw when I was like 11 years old. And I didn't see another one for like 3 or 4 years because it was so scared by it. But it wasn't, I didn't like it. Like it was a terrible feeling. And I couldn't go to the bathroom when I was in bed. I was too scared to get out of my bed. Like it was terrible.
Really?
Yes.
Have you watched the rest of the movies since? And do they still give you that feeling?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've seen. I mean, I don't get scared at any movie. Now, when you make horror movies, you stop being scared at any of them.
Okay.
I haven't been scared at a horror movie in 10 years.
So why do you think Jason scares people? What is it about him that freaks us out?
Jason scares people because of that mask. I mean, it's the hockey mask that's so scary. It's a great mask. I mean, the same reason Michael Myers scares, different, but one of the biggest reasons Michael Myers is so scary is because of that mask, which is just so simple yet so evil feeling.
Did you have any conversations with Tom Savini during the design of this mask?
I did not, but Scott did. Obviously, he had a lot, and Scott is terrific at designing. I remember when he found we were looking for what Bagul would look like in Sinister, and Scott just combed the internet, and he found Bagul online. And we bought it for whatever, a couple $100 from someone in the UK, I think, and. And that's another great face, great scary face. Scott's really good at that.
Did you know there was a scientific study that proved for a hot second that Sinister was the scariest movie of all time?
I'm very aware. I'm very appreciative. Aware and appreciative of said study for sure. And this study is accurate.
Did you know you've been dethroned?
No, I did not. Tell me who.
You have been dethroned by Host. How do you feel about that?
As the scariest movie?
The scariest movie of all time.
Seriously?
Sorry to sell you, yes.
I feel crushed, outraged, and devastated by that
Well,
news.
I-
This is terrible.
and on that note, I have to go.
But
Yes,
if I
yes.
had to be crushed by another movie, I'm okay. I really actually thought Host was a very good movie, so I'm okay with that. There are a lot of like wannabe horror movies around, and that's like Host is a great movie, so I'm okay with that.
Well, you're gonna have to beat Host at some point, and it's been great chatting. Thanks for chatting with Dread Central today.
You too. Thank you. Thanks for talking to me.